Going completely mental means something totally different for this powerful telepath.
Yes, I think so.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we will explore the comic book origin of Psylocke.
Nice doggy. Nap time.
As with most comic book characters, there are often reimaginings and different versions to a character's past. We have chosen to primarily follow the storyline which unfolded in 1976's Captain Britain number 8, 1977's Captain Britain number 34, 1986's Captain Britain number 13, 1986's New Mutants Annual number 2, and 1987's Uncanny X-Men number 213, all of which was expanded upon in 2001's Extreme X-Men number 3 and 2013's Uncanny X-Force number 3.
Nice trick, but it's wasted on a psychic.
Betsy Braddock, the British-born adventurer who became known as Psylocke, is one of several mutants in the Marvel Universe with psychic and telepathic powers. Her abilities include creating psychic blasts, mind control, and the ability to manifest her powers into weapons, like her trademark psychic knife.
Pleasant dreams, Warren Worthington.
As a mutant, Betsy was born with her powers, although they remained dormant until well into her teenage years. The path that she took to becoming Psylocke was a bit convoluted and took a little while. When Betsy first appeared in 1976, little was known about her except that she was the sister of Brian Braddock, the superhero known as Captain Britain, an accomplished aviator. Betsy was flying Brian home when the villainous Dr. Sin caused her to experience bizarre dreams, making her crash the plane. Both our heroes survived, but this event may have played a role in developing her inherent telepathic abilities, as these abilities were especially acute when Brian was in danger. Eventually, Betsy began a career as a fashion model, using her superpowers sparingly. However, when Brian abandoned his superhero duties, Betsy was persuaded to become the new Captain Britain. In this guise, she had a fateful encounter with the villain known as Slaymaster, in which she was blinded and severely beaten. The original Captain Britain showed up a bit too late to help her, but made sure the villain would never hurt her again. Later the same year, Betsy adopted the name Psylocke and was enslaved by a powerful being named Lord Mojo, who also restored her sight. Upon her escape, she became one of the students at Professor Xavier's School for Mutants. During a battle with the evil Sabretooth, Psylocke proved her mettle and was admitted as a full-fledged member of the X-Men.
What is this? A science fiction convention?
Here is where things get a bit messy. Through a convoluted series of events, Betsy comes down with amnesia, and her mind is transposed into the body of the Japanese assassin Quanon. After a brief stint as Lady Mandarin in this new body, a run-in with Wolverine jogs her memory, and she returns to being Psylocke, now with a new look. So, if you were wondering how a character named Betsy Braddock from the UK came to look like a curvaceous Asian lady with purple hair, now you know. This super confusing body swap aspect of her character seems to have been dropped in the retellings of her origins that appeared in 2001 and again in 2013. In these versions, readers learned that Betsy moved from the UK to the US to pursue a modeling career when she was 16 years old. As you can probably guess, these versions redrew her to more closely resemble the Quanon body counterpart. Anyway, at this point, Betsy had been suffering from migraines for some time, but now they worsened considerably. This turned out to be part of the switch, as her mutant powers went from latent to full-blown. Puberty.
Naughty, naughty, Psylocke. Keep pulling stunts like that and you'll end up back in MRD custody.
Betsy became extremely successful as a model, reaching a level of recognition that was truly impressive. But even then, she was involved in heroic activities, working as a government agent. As a supermodel, she had access to the infamous Hellfire Club, and was tasked with infiltrating it and retrieving vital information. There, she met Sage, another telepathic mutant, who was working undercover for Professor Xavier. This encounter eventually led to her involvement with the X-Men. Psylocke is one of the most powerful telepaths in the Marvel Universe. Combined with her early government training, this makes her dangerous for villains to cross. The Psylocke of today is a far cry from the Betsy Braddock of 1976.
What do you care about your fellow mutants?
Are you a fan of the mind-bending Psylocke?
I knew you wouldn't let me die, fool.
For more comic book origins, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
A discus from the first Olympic Games. Should be worth a few pennies.
A ninja sports fan. I keep my baseball cards in my